Okay, Survive the Night, Part 7, Episode 7, Byte 7. Hello everybody, how are you doing? This is Tuhumu again, and welcome to Survive the Night. This is Survive the Night Part 7, or Byte 7, I mean. Yeah, Byte 7. Byte. Okay, God. As you can see, I did a little off-camera work and improved my base. Mainly, I'm making a storage system. So that's what we have here. And I put some walls in, and I'm going to make a little dock right here. This part is, well, this part here will extend out like this one does. When I figure out what I'm going to put on this side, likely I'm going to have my potions and stuff like, potion making right here. Right on this side, I've got my auto smelter, which pauses for me when it's done smoking or cooking or smelting or doing whatever it does. It'll stop. I can just put everything up here. I can put my fuel right there, and there's plenty of room in that one as well. And that way, when it's done, it actually it has some torches on the back which will actually operate these here hoppers. And what that does is when hoppers have a charge to them, they lock so that the stuff coming out doesn't continue all the way to the bottom. And the reason we want that is so that we get the experience points that we want. Uh-oh. Get away. Get away. Get away. Right here, I put myself an infinite water source. So I can grab this and I'll have water on me, which I was thinking of because that guy was going to come get me. And we should seal that up. Or at least just put some water here so they can't come up. That's not enough. Let's see if we can make it spread a little better. No, that's just not enough. I'd have to put more water. But mobs will be affected by water, and they can't make their way around it very well. But I did a lot of this work off screen because I figured it would be kind of boring to watch, and you'd have to like suffer through me trying to pick out a color palette, which I eventually came to the conclusion that I just wanted 2 different shades of green. And I can't decide which one I like better, but I guess I like them both. So some of my storage systems used up, and the rest has yet to be. I know it looks like a ton to you probably, because if you're not used to playing Minecraft, you don't really know that you need tons of storage. Ooh, I got lots of wheat. That is a good thing. And here's my tree farm. I've put some glass panes up so that way I don't get those giant oak trees, which are just a pain to chop down. I know they look cool, but they are a pain, and I didn't want an accidental tree farm or tree house. Maybe I'll make a purposeful tree house pretty soon. I didn't start my timer. Forgive me. Let's go ahead and put that on, shall we? There we go. So this episode is going to be a little longer. And here we go, getting ourselves some wheat. Generally, it's easier to plant or to take the plants out when you go sideways rather than straight forward. Uh-oh. Did you hear that? I don't know where that came from. Maybe it's below the ground somewhere. Anyway, so when you plant, you can just hold them in your hand and hold down right click, and away you go planting. Now we need lots of wheat at this point because we have a cow farm, and I'll tell you the logistics behind that cow farm as soon as I get this all planted. One of the games that I used to play on Minecraft was a modded type called Witchery, I believe it was what it was called. And that was such an excellent mod. I really wish they could incorporate some of it into Minecraft Vanilla. But right now, mods are kind of Well, they're just not used a whole lot because the game is changing so rapidly these days. Before it used to never change and or very very rarely change, and you kind of needed some mods to give yourself some variety in the game. At this point, there's so much new stuff all the time that we can kind of barely keep up with it. I got myself some potatoes over here and some carrots over here, so it's looking pretty good. Ooh, two left. Alright, perfect. There we go. Whoa. Okay, so here's my cow farm. And so here's the idea behind it. They're in a 1 by 1 down there, and that should be 24 cows right in there. And God, where's that zombie coming from? This is 24 cows. The mob block right now is 24, I believe. I could be wrong about that. And so that means in a single block, if they're standing on a single block, then only 24 mobs can exist on it. Which means that if there's more, they die. The adults die before the babies. So what's excellent about this is it's an automatic mob farm, more or less. Well, semi-automatic. Whoop, there's the sun going down. I have to get to the bed. And I'm running by either holding down Control, or you double click W and it'll allow you to run. So let's get back out and do some more feeding. Or we haven't even started the feeding. So yeah, the mob block out is 24. So once they go over 24, the adults die first, and the adults are the ones that drop the items that we want. So we want the mob drops. So this button, remember I put the dispenser down there along with the hopper. This button puts the water out so that they jump up. And now I can reach them just to feed them, just like this. And as you can see, some of them are dying. Yeah, sometimes you have to move a little bit to get all of them fed. You can see them dying, and it's the adults that die first. So now we can shut off the water. And there we go. Instant stuffs. Pretty nice, really. So what we're going to do is, right now I don't need those because I've got food and everything. We're going to put those in there, and that will be, we can feed them again in a few minutes, and I will, well, about 5 minutes, and I will show you at some point how to make a timer that we can place in our workshop to know. Oh, and I placed the cows way over there by that tree because I know that that's within the blocks to keep them spawning, but I don't have to hear that noise all the time, which is quite annoying. And this is kind of annoying too. I don't know. We'll maybe figure something else about that. But isn't this great? I love having a wonderful system like this. This makes it so much easier. It really does make my day to have a good storage system. So all these are furnaces, and I'll use all these ferni for like individual things I want to cook and keep separate from this giant thing that's just pumping through with all the stuff that I've placed in it. And this, by the way, is how you make the cactus green. Also, let me show you how to make this. Let's see, I got concrete and I've got terracotta. Now the two of them are both made in similar ways but still differently. Let me show you how it's done. Let me organize this a little bit though. Oops. Too much shift clicking there. So basically what you do, let's see, take some sand. Sand makes the concrete, and so does the gravel. Gravel and sand. Now to make the terracotta you need basically terracotta itself. So how you get that is, let me see if there's a shovel around. There is not a shovel around. Let's make one. Well, you don't need a shovel for it, but it's a lot faster. And we'll need some cobble to make our shovel. So there's our shovel. Oh, and you need green dye, which is right in there. Yeah, we got some. Oh, that's perfect. We got two. All right. So first we'll do the terracotta. And what you do is you get in your trusty boat and you find yourself some clay. Right there, you can tell because it's that kind of bluish color. Now when you hit the clay, it's best to be out of the water when you mine it, because otherwise mining it's kind of slow. Whoops. Oh well, the boat won't hold me up. Usually it does. So if I'm like right here, I can mine it real fast. If I'm actually in the water, it's pretty slow. But as you see, it busts up into pieces. So when you take it back, you have to reform it into a block. Here, I just want to make sure it's recording real quick. Appears to be. Okay. I hope so. So when you take it back, you can actually do this in your inventory, your regular crafting inventory, and 4 pieces of clay like this make 1 block. So then you've got 2 blocks, and then you can set it. I'm going to need some wood. There we go. I don't know. I don't think I have any coal on hand. No, probably not. So once you have your hardened clay like this, or this is regular clay, you can cook it. And then it should turn into terracotta, which used to be called hardened clay or something like that. So now we have terracotta, and we put it here, and you take your green or your color, whatever color you want to make it into, and you put that in the center. So you end up with 8 green terracotta, just like that. Now if you're going to make your concrete, it's going to be different. I'll just leave that in there. Actually, I'll take that out. I have an idea. If you're going to make your concrete, it takes 4 of each of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That would also make a sand block, but we're not making that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 piece of green makes you 8 concrete powder. Now, concrete powder is like sand. When you place it, it falls. And then you can break it and pick it up again. So that's neat, and it's an added texture that you can do crazy stuff with. It kind of looks like grass, so you can use it for grass, but the problem is if it gets wet, it turns into solid concrete rather than concrete powder. So one of the ways that you can quickly make a bunch of concrete is hold it in your offhand and a pick in the other one. That way you hold right click and the left and right at the same time. Whoops. Why is that not working? Is my right click not working? Oh, there it goes. See? So you quickly can mine it up. Of course it goes everywhere, so that's annoying. We'll just make this all concrete. So right and left click at the same time while you're in water. That's one of the convenient things of having water right outside my base. I've got this giant area of water, and I enjoy having that. Not only for travel, but for reasons like that, where as far as like its use, and also for running away from mobs. If something nasty came at me from down here, I could just run in here. Mobs move so slow on water that it doesn't cause any problems. Let me check the time real quick. We still got almost 9 minutes, so that's good. So anyway, that's how I make these. And I use them to fix up my base. Clay. All right, let's remine that clay again. So there's the block. it looks pretty great. It's a good building block. But when you mine it, of course, it turns into these pieces of clay. Another use for it, let's see, another way of using it, or another way of cooking it, is you can cook the clay just by itself rather than in a block. And when you do, you end up getting something rather different. Instead of getting a regular block of terracotta, you get a brick. I'm out of fuel again. I hate using up those. Let's see. Oh, looks like my thing stopped. It must have both emptied out of the hoppers. So now it's holding it there and I can get XP when I want to. That's very convenient. So here we go. We'll continue cooking those up. Let's see. I'm going to put these things away. I need to get more wood. I need to make an axe as well. Let's do that real quick. Axes are slower than using a sword, but I tend to prefer them. Although swords do have their purpose. Oops, there we go. Okay, so once you have 3, well, let's take all of these. Once you have 3, you can make yourself a flower pot, just like that. Or you can take 4 of them and make yourself a brick block, which is another great building block for doing many cool things. But I'm going to keep them like this for now and use them later. Oh boy, sun's going down already. So as you see, I've got some farms here. My cactus farm's doing pretty well, and so is my reeds, or sugarcane, or papyrus. It used to be called papyrus a long time ago, so now it's kind of confusing. Let's see, morning time. There we go. So there's my little flower pot I made before, and what we can do is take an oxide daisy like this. Don't know why this is here. Probably some kind of placement thing. Place that there and there, and I have a nice little decoration for my bed area. Yeah, I'm really loving the storage system. As you play Minecraft, you'll realize you're gonna need tons of storage, and it's good to have something like this. So this will be my workshop for the most part. So I still need to get blaze rods, and that'll allow me to make my potions that I need, that I'll probably use for going to the nether and several other things. Let's feed our cows again. As you can see, the adults are dying off. The babies stay safe. And that's it. So this 15 leather that I have right here, I'm going to go ahead and take it. And I'm going to take some sticks. I'm going to head back to my workshop. Let's see, how many sticks do I have? Not nearly enough. Let's take that, make some sticks real quick. And now we can make, let's go ahead and use the crafting book or whatever it is that I'm not used to using it still. I'm so used to old school Minecraft. Okay, item frame. There we go. We made 9. That's good. Let's go ahead and make the rest, or as much as we can. There we go. Oh, I'd still need one more. There we go. Now I have item frames. Yay, leather and sticks. That's how it's done. So these will go here and here. And here and here and here. So as I need more storage space, I gain it by just adding an item here. This tells me that this is my food. This tells me this is my treasure area. This tells me it's flora, fauna kind of thing. This is wood. And this here tells me that it's stone. Right now it's kind of miscellaneous stone and tools, but eventually they'll be moved to other boxes as it fills up. This right here is mob drops. So that's something you get from Ender. I need a lot more so I can get going. And I've got 15 leather in here, which I didn't realize I had. Yeah, I should use that and make more item frames. But you see how useful that is for organizing your system. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. I can't even reach it. Oh well, I'll get it later. 1, 2, 3, 5. That's dumb. I can't reach that? Oh no. I'll just have to get a block and get it later. Let's see, do I have anything? I can just do this, I guess. Nope. That was dumb. That was way dumb. Popped off the item frames. Okay. Here we go. Always a derp moment. And so once you put them on by right-clicking, and then you take the item that you want to place in there and you right-click on it, and there you go. Instant storage area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move these tools. And probably make a separate redstone thing. I'm going to take these torches. For now, it's going to go into tools. And I got that and got that. Okay. And we're going to just put a hole on the outside, and that will tell us that tools are in here. Later, I'll make a separate thing for redstone as well. Let's see. I'm going to make an extra... Let's see. First, let's make an extra sword. And then an extra axe. And that's going to stay in tools, and I'm not going to use them unless something happens to me, like where I get hurt and I have to come over here and grab some armor. Like this little piece of armor, I'd probably use that to go back. If I get killed, I'll want a way to go back and get my items. So you should always keep some tools like a sword and a axe handy for yourself so that you can run back and rescue yourself from what you need. So let's check the time again real quick. That's all we have for today. It looks like we're almost at the end. I'll make some more improvements. If you want to see more online or more of me doing the stuff that I'm doing, let me know and I can change it for you. Next time we'll either go for more Enderman or we'll have a look at that spider spawner and think about what we're going to do to that. Okay, thanks for tuning in. I hope you tune into the next episode of Survive the Night. I hope you got a little bit out of this and learned a few new things. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. All the likes that you can give me help me a lot, help my channel out, so please do. Thanks for coming again to Who out. Bye-bye. Everybody